When I saw the first teaser trailer for Ralph Breaks the Internet, I was concerned. Wreck-It Ralph 1 was such a great heartfelt story with lovable characters, but this just looked like a cheap, lazily written cash grab. I mean, later trailers obviously calmed this nerve, but still, it was there deep down. So when I went to go see the film 3 nights ago, I was blown away. I went in expecting this cheap, lazy follow-up to such a great, fantastic film, but instead got a brilliant, emotional, cared-for sequel. But how did it do these things? Let me tell you. This review contains spoilers. If you haven't seen the film, go watch it. Also, there's spoilers in this video. I didn't script this part, as you can probably tell. There's spoilers. Ralph Breaks the Internet takes place 6 years after the original and involves Ralph and Vanellope going into the internet to buy a replacement steering wheel for Sugar Rush after it was broken by a kid using the game. Along the way, Vanellope discovers a new game called Slaughter Race and eventually decides she wants to be part of that game as Sugar Rush has become stale to her. The thing the film does best is the relationship between Ralph and Vanellope. They have a believable best friend relationship throughout the film, which gives understanding to Ralph's desperation to keep her from going to Slaughter Race and following her dreams. This theme of long-term relationships feels so natural, well-crafted and relatable, and I'm so happy they didn't cop out by having Vanellope go back with Ralph, or some sort of weird compromise, because that would have just made their final goodbye so much less emotional. Now, I'm probably in the minority here, but to me I don't think the references were so forced down our throats, and in my opinion they felt quite natural. I mean, I've obviously seen some people complain that they feel really unnatural and really forced and cringy, but personally I didn't see that, so Another major win within the film is the attention to detail. My dad actually pointed out after the film that where the internet users actually get into the internet, I'll put a picture on screen, it's like the round circles everywhere. That's actually a fibre cable that's been cut in half, which I would have never noticed that. And I think 98% of people watching the film would have noticed that. And it's small things like that that make this film so detailed and full and rich. It's brilliant. Rapid fire list of things I also liked. The dark web. There's no actual villain in this story. All conflict comes from Ralph's desperation to just stay with Vanellope. Good story. Great messages. E-Boy. E-Boy's the best. However, with all films, there are some negatives. For one, the first 10 or so minutes in the arcade seem really lazily written and rushed. There's just a lot of events that seem to conveniently happen. For instance, the Wi-Fi gets plugged in conveniently on the day that Sugar Rush breaks, then they conveniently overhear people talking about a replacement on eBay. So Ralph and Vanellope go to the route, which Mr. Litwack conveniently goes on for the first time when they're there. It's just like the writers thought of this fantastic internet odyssey, but didn't have a good way of getting our characters to that point. Another problem I have with the film is that the jokes don't really seem to land most of the time. I mean, they seem to be aimed at a younger audience, which is fine, but it's kind of a negative for me. I'd say this goes for about 60% of the jokes, so there are still some funny gags here and there, but like I said, it's aimed towards a younger audience. Also, there's this subplot set up for Fix-It Felix and Calhoun, where they adopt 15 kids, and then they do nothing with it. Right in the start, they adopt these 15 kids, and then there's nothing mentioned throughout the film. Like, I was expecting maybe it'll cut back to them at some points, but no, they're just... What? They set this up and did nothing with it until the very ending, where they revealed, oh, yep, we're good parents, we looked after these kids. Why? Why is that even there? It's not even lazy writing, it's just pointless writing. It feeds nothing into the story. It's just there. Sorry, I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but why is that even in there? There's also a feminism joke in here, which is quite cringy.
Do people assume all your problems got solved because a big, strong man showed up?
Shut up, Rapunzel. Did you even see half the other princess films? Well, newsflash, the big strong man is exactly how all the problems were solved, you ungrateful hairy freak. Overall, the positives outweigh the negatives, and this is a fantastic sequel to such a great film, and I would recommend it to anyone a fan of the original. 8.5 out of 10.